Greetings, humans. I am here. Welcome all. It is Sunday. Oh, human, you can cut that out. I've only just hit go live. You're going to be really exhausted in about an hour and a half, aren't you? Silly human. Anyway, greetings everybody. It is Sunday. I am here. Hello, Chloe. No, I'm not. Shut up. Hello, Sunshine. What do you mean that's not very good hosting qualities, human? Come on. Hello, Gaz. Welcome. Hello, Ruth. Ruth and the Mod Mother. Hello, Denise. It's Sunday. We're here. We're mentally unstable. We're physically exhausted. Other than that, this is going to be great. Hello, Underverse. Hello, Mr. Werewolf Dude. Oh, Ruth's waving her clam about again. Come on now. Hello, Miss Janet. Say I missed you. Well, my aim has been a bit off. How was yesterday, Chloe? You'll find out when you watch the catch-up, won't you? Hello, Sock Monkey. Oh, how can I be behind already? If you ever miss any lives, don't forget you can watch them all on YouTube. So this one will be on there tomorrow morning. Greetings, Anachronista. I'm getting love from the Mod Mother. Good. Excellent. All is right with the world. Denise loves me. So, whoa, human. Oh, human. Put it there. Oh, fuck. Well, we're off to a good start. Human, we really need to have, like, I don't know, a table. Salutations, Ace. Sunshine, you all love me. I don't think that's true. Chloe, guess what's arriving tomorrow? I'm guessing it's Intergalactic Geographic. Available now. Purchase it via the links in my profile, either from Amazon or via my website as a download. So what we have today, everybody, is we have an escape room, and that's the book that you just saw get thrown down there. We're going to do a vintage escape room from the days when the human would actually write them down. I know. So it's going to involve some gruesome death, and probably a bit of cannibalism. Would I like access to weapons codes? I don't know if you get them, Mr. Werewolf Dude. Chloe, you haven't got the Christmas sleigh yet. That's shocking. Was what the human's toy? What? Excuse me, Miss Janet? Anachronista, there was a moment where at the top of the screen it just came up a fucking table. And I thought, oh, okay. Noted. We heard a buzzing. Anachronista, I think that was your message. You actually heard the phone buzz. Believe me, the human wouldn't be yawning like she has been if that was, you know. Anyway, Sarah and Shane, of course we all love you. You know what happens if we don't. It's not that much digging, Sarah and Shane. I just, you know, acid bath does most of the work. Be smart. Yeah, work smarter, not harder. I've been saying it for 6 months. Well, the human might get round to it eventually then, mightn't she? Gaz, you need a naughty birthday song for Jane. Well, I could just sing happy birthday in a sultry fashion, but should we, I tell you what, should we kick off with cockatoo necromancy, shall we? Shall we do that? And then we will get on to the escape room. Yvonne, you're almost arriving. Work it a bit harder, Yvonne. Work it a bit harder. Okay, so look, Human knows she needs a table. Okay, she knows this. She knows, but she just doesn't have one. Anyway, let's kick off with cockatoo necromancy. Because why not? Just wait for everyone to arrive. Wave your clowns in the air like you just don't care. I do love the feel of breeze in my floof. Yvonne, you've never been quite here. It sounds nice, actually. I don't want to brag, but I'm a powerful being. I make a merkin quiver, and I make a beaver sing. Charm a snake, no matter how girthy. And with a cockatoo, I use necromancy. Paula has arrived. With a wink and a smile, I can raise the dead. Make the most sickly person rise up from their bed. I'm being honest, and what I've said is true. So imagine my effect on a cockatoo. With the lightest touch, I'll get a rise. Using a firmer grasp and cause a surprise. The harp will flutter and the heat will diffuse. You should see what I can do with a cockatoo. So there we go. I mean, is it song? Is it a brag? Is it a promise? Is it like leaving a card in a telephone box? Who can say? That's a real shame, isn't it, these days, Human? No telephone boxes, no cards left in them. No opportunity for people to write their best friend's phone number on the wall. Yeah. Paula, does my mic sound different? Or is it me? I don't know. Human Brothers Dead Birds have been removed from the sub-stickers. We don't have room for everything, and as I understand it, they're fine. Well, I mean, the one that died isn't, but the one that survived is still surviving. Still hanging on in there. Hello, Hannah Montana. You're liking this? Is it like Schrodinger's cockatoo? You don't know if it's dead or alive, but it's happy. It's happy. Right, well, the options for the escape room are going to involve shouting because this predates being able to do polls. So, yeah, Paula, the one that died can't get any worse. I mean, it's not going to get any better either. Greetings, Simple Numpty. We've got a poll going. What is the poll for? Yeah, poll's irrelevant. Oh, Human. Right. Okay, so yes, this is an old escape room. This is, hello Mutu, this is a vintage escape room. So basically these predate polls. Hello Bill. Yeah, you saw a flash of the Human then. Not a, you know, not a flash, but a portion. A little bit more human than any of us intended. How much is too much? Anyway, Humans are always flashing. Have we been around long enough to have vintage anything? There's a rule, isn't there? So it's vintage and classic and antique. They all do actually have times. Do you know what? I don't give a fuck. Yeah, it's vintage. It's vintage if I say it's vintage. Okay? Vintage. Sunshine, you're vintage. Hello, Puppet Hideaway. 30 years is vintage, 100 years is antique. I'm I'm a fucking fossil, maybe. I don't know. Anyway. Anyway, now that we've established that none of us know, I presume it doesn't matter that none of us care. So, Yvonne, we're classic. I like to think so. I like to think so. 30 years in the US and they let you have an antique license. Well, I mean, yeah, these things are different in the US, aren't they? I'm not going to make a point out of that, okay? Because it feels like lately I'm taking an awful lot of pot shots at the Americans. And I don't mean to, I really do love you guys. But the human realised that every Zulalingo video, the punchline is basically, ha ha, America, you're fucked. And I'm very sorry about that. So anyway, it's been weighing on the human. Yeah. Oh God. Okay, we're just going to mute Paula just for a few minutes. So, as I was saying, back to the escape room, we will no doubt intersperse it with songs. I don't know how long it's going to take, because I don't really remember how long the escape rooms used to take. Oh, Paula. So so I'm just going to make a start, and it's hello, Jules. So back in the day, oh, hello, Mob Mother. So back in the day, you are mounting convenient Paula. Right now, stop. I'll just put your clam away, Miss Janet. I'm talking here. Can you imagine if this was real life, human, if we were actually all in a room? Can you imagine? This would be terrifying. Anyway, imagine them all in a room shouting at me, waving clams. It wouldn't be figurative clams then, would it? No. So, escape rooms. Kind of like interactive stories. You're just going to have to shout at us. Good morning, Miss Susie. Thankfully, Miss Janet, this isn't my space. Save that sort of chat for the Discord server. Oh, which reminds me, everybody. I was going to launch into the main event without plugging everything. I like the idea of everyone's leaning towards the screen like, wow, 15 minutes and Raz is actually going to start the escape room. No, no, I'm not. Don't forget, everybody, two things. Intergalactic Geographic, get your copy now, link in profile, buy it off Amazon, or get the download from my website. Another merch. You can also expect new t-shirt designs soon. I almost put a date on it, human. That wouldn't have been good, would it? Soon. And Discord, if you want to join us, join the rest of the basement crew. For all sorts of nonsense. The human avoided listening to the Wurzels. You'll be happy to know. So she didn't get any extra work done, but it meant that she didn't spend all of her time trying to corrupt everybody else on Discord either. Fuck, what was I talking about? Yes, I am distracted by Paula saying I think we need an in-person meetup. I'm not so sure. I'm not sure. Yes, right, yes. Oh, Bill, I knew you'd like the Wurzels. No, stop. Discord, yes, if you would like to join us on Discord, you will find, if you go to the link tree in my profile, you will find the lovely little game controller / Mickey Mouse pants symbol amongst all the other social symbols. Click on it, and then it opens it up in TikTok's, that's the word I'm after, TikTok. It opens it up in TikTok's browser, and that's what's been pausing everybody. There's a little worldy symbol, and you have to open it up in another browser. So, yeah. It was a crab? What? Anyway, did any of that make any sense? Does it even matter? Or do you know what you could do? Do you know what you could do? What would be another really easy thing to do? Sign up to our newsletter. Sign up to that, and then you'll just do the link that way. Then we don't have all of this nonsense. You know. Click the link, open an external browser, bosh. Bill, you don't have a clue what I'm muttering about. That's because you're not trying, Bill. You're not trying. That's not me. That's you. Hello. Come on. Right. So now that's all clear as mud, Miss Janet's got her clam out again. You leave her alone for 2 seconds, and she just can't resist. Shall I just start the escape room? Shall I? But it's always somebody else. Yeah. Yes, Your Honour. And say, Bill, what are you doing here again? It's a contravention of your parole. Anyway, everybody put down your clams, your beavers, your girthy snakes, your little Carlitos, and listen. We're going to start the escape room, okay? So if you're going to be clam fam, is that for clam owners or clam appreciators? You know, human, I've done this to myself. I do this to myself. Right. You wake with a start. You find yourself laying on a scratchy, rough carpet. It's cheap and dirty. You get to your feet and look around. You seem to be stood in a narrow corridor. There are 3 closed doors and a lift at the end. You seem to be in some sort of hotel, and judging by the decor, it's a cheap one. You decide it's time to get out of here. You've seen enough films to know nothing good ever happens in cheap, empty hotels. You check the lift first, but it won't budge. You need some sort of keycard. You glance at the other doors. They each need a keycard too. You push the first one, marked 111, locked. The second one, 111, 2, what? 112, locked. You push the third door, marked 113, and to your relief it opens. You step inside and glance around. It looks like this room was being used for storage. Pillows and sheets are stacked neatly on the bed. Cleaning supplies sit in the corner of the room. You stare at a bottle of bleach. If you can't find another way out, you suppose you always have that. Jesus Christ, human, these are a bit bleak, aren't they? Fuck. A mop and bucket are next to the bleach, but the bucket is filled with murky brown-coloured liquid. You hope it's just dirty water. You search the rest of the room and find a toolbox underneath the bed. It's locked with a small padlock. You sigh. This is the most uninspiring start you've ever had. Page turn. Do you remember those books where you'd listen on a cassette and there'd be a noise when you need to turn the page? What noise do I need to make when I have to turn the page? Bzzz. Oh, that's it. Right, okay. We've... Dingle? Swish. Swish is nice. A fairy sound. What the fuck is that? That's sort of a phone. I've been banned from drinking Red Bull. Just so we all know. Oddly enough, Glenda, you're welcome. So we have a poll, but I think it's going to be rather interesting because we actually can't look at the cleaning supplies or the sheets. So, yeah, you saw human again. So, so this is the problem about polls, isn't it? Because you could actually only look at the bucket. So, glingle, 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 anachronista, anachronista, anachronista. Are you elevated again? Yeah, Chloe, see, this is the problem. This is why there's no polls, why you've got to shout at me, because it predates all of this stuff. Right. So you don't really want to, but you decide to look at the bucket more closely. You haven't really been given any other options. You rummage amongst the cleaning supplies, but you can't find a single rubber glove. Fuck your luck. So you roll up your sleeves, take a deep breath, and plunge your hand into the bucket. It's cold, sludgy, and just as you expected, human soup. You consider yourself something of an expert now, an authority on how human internal organs feel after they've been allowed to stew and ferment for a while. But running your fingers through all these sludgy lumps isn't terribly helpful in getting yourself out of here. You reach deeper in the bucket, making the human soup overflow. It stinks, but you're kind of used to that now. Finally, your fingertips brush against something at the bottom. No. Finally, your fingertips brush against... No. It's tricky to get hold of. It's small and thin, but you grab it and pull it out. You shake off the slushy human residue to see what you found. It's a key card marked with the number 111. Human, I realise now how much accidental innuendo there was in so many of these, wasn't there? You all thought I grabbed hold of little Carlita. Oh, greetings, Cluna. I'm sure you're exhausted, Kaluna, and I wouldn't be up this early if I'd had to deal with 2 children's parties. Yes, Ace would do say accidental. Oh, matron. Oh, I tried to do Kenneth Williams and I went a bit blettin'. Oh, now what? Human does this to herself. Oi, oi. She doesn't have anyone else to do it for her. Come on, be fair. Mr. Werewolf Dude, let's go to room 111, shall we? Wait a minute. Glingle, glingle. I'm a very aggressive fairy. How about that? So we're going to go to room 111. Don't eat the key card, not after where it's been. Bill, is anyone else struggling to follow this? Bill, is very much a you problem. Bill, keep up. Keep up. Bill, we've rummaged through some human soup and now we're going to go and try the key card in room 111. Bill, okay? Can we assign someone to look after Bill? Can someone hold Bill's hand? He's going to wander off. Keep up, Bill. You swipe the key card in the reader and the door to room 111 unlocks. Oh, human, I keep wanting to say room 3. Room 111. You open the door and are instantly struck by the all too familiar stench of death. A corpse lays in the bed. It's wearing overalls like a cleaner or caretaker, and you notice they have a name badge pinned to it. Carl. Of course. Now, this predates us saying, Poor Carl, poor dead Carl, poor tasty dead Carl. So I won't say that. But just as you've grown to expect finding poor dead Carl, you've also grown to realise that corpses have all the useful loot. So you start rummaging through Carl's pockets. Life hack, guys, life hack. Life hack, corpses have all the useful loot. First you find a pocket watch, but it seems broken. You hold it to your ear. Nothing. It says 10:20. You toss it on the bed. But as you do, you notice Carl is also wearing a wristwatch. It seems odd, but stranger still is the wristwatch is also broken and also saying 10:20. You don't know what it means, so you shrug and continue searching the body. As you run out of places to look, I'm sure you're thorough. You're not sure if you want to... Wow, we're not very ambitious. We were going to give up without having looked in dead Carl's trouser pockets. My goodness, these are early days usually. We've gone through every crevice, haven't we? You grit your teeth and plunge your hand into dead Carl's trouser pockets. We got much more carefree, didn't we? After careful exploration, your hand closes around something very small. You whip it out. Now that's got to be little Carlito. It's a small metal key. Thanks, Carl. Yeah, the crevices are the best bits. A gummy bear covered in a bit of fluff. Now, I'll be honest, human, there I think you've done it on purpose. Your hand closes around something small and you whip it out. Haven't you? Yeah. Don't Paula. Now, if anyone heard a buzz again that time, always loot corpses. Right, so we've got a small key. Come on, people. Paula, don't eat it. Will someone grab hold of Paula and squeeze her until the key comes out one way or the other? So come on. Is the key for 112? No, it's a small key. Loot or loop, either works. Oh, hello, Basildon. Been a while. Someone show Bill little Carlito. The toolbox. Yes, the toolbox, the padlock. See, now I'd let Paula read little Carlito. Little Carlito. Anyway, right. Gringle, gringle. We're going to look in the toolbox. You've seen little Carlito, Bill. Did he wink at you? You take the small key to the toolbox and try it in the padlock. It clicks, unlocks, and you open the toolbox, hoping to find a crowbar at least, but needless to say, you're disappointed. It looks like the owner of the toolbox used it to store their snacks. You start nibbling on a packet of crisps as you rifle through the other snacks in the box. You find a chocolate bar and slip it in your pocket for later. Maybe you won't need to snack on corpses now. As you reach the bottom of the toolbox, you come across a bottle of gin. You like this person's style. And you also find a small box of matches. Oh, good, we're going to set shit on fire. We don't do that so often anymore, do we, human? And then right at the very bottom of the box, whoa, we've done good here. A key card. This one has the word master written on it. Yes. What kind of chocolate bar, Miss Susie? It's... curly whirly. Gringle, gringle, I'm turning the pages again. Who keeps a crowbar in a box? No one, apparently. So now we have a master key card. Well, where are we going, guys? Where are we going? What the hell is a curly whirly? Oh, Miss Janet! It is cheap confectionery. Cadbury's Curly Whirly. Come on. It's sort of, what, toffee or caramel in chocolate, but in little thin bits. Like lattice. Okay, we'll have to put Curly Whirly in the group chat, won't we? so that you'll be able to see what a curly-whirly is. Little Carlito spat at you once. Actually, Billy only does that with people he likes. Lattice, not lettuce. It's, anyway, hello, Phil. No, we're not doing anything. What are we doing with the key card? Curly's better because it hits all the right spots. Guys, I don't think that's helping. That's not helping us teach our American cousins what a curly-whirly is. Right, thank you. You can check Discord and you will now know what a curly-whirly is. Anyway, Mr. Werewolf Dude and Chloe want to look in room 112 using the master key. Gringle, gringle, page is turning. Okay. Greetings, Patricia. You think I'm adorable? Oh, that won't last. You use the key card in the reader for room 112. It unlocks and you swing open the door to find an empty room. Completely empty room. No bed, nothing. You shake your head. What are you supposed to do now? How can you have an escape room that you can't escape from? You look in every corner. You run your hands across the carpet. You knock on the walls in case they're hollow. Nothing. And then you notice something at the corner of your eye. You look up. You can just about make out a hatch in the ceiling. It's very well camouflaged and you would have missed it completely if it didn't have a short length of string hanging from it. You stretch, but you can't reach it. But the string does have a loop on the end. You might be able to hook something through it. Is the carpet a lattice? No. I mean, a curly-whirly is kind of latticey. Don't be mean. This is Space Desks all over again, Basildon. You stroll in, start throwing your lattice around. I don't think the curly-whirly is up to it. I'm not sure the curly-whirly is up to it. You can put things through a lattice. Well, it depends how big the lattice is, doesn't it, Basildon? You can put things through a fucking curly-whirly, just not very big things. Mr. Werewolf Dude, we don't have a crowbar. There was a lot of chat about the crowbar, but no, we don't have a crowbar. There was no crowbar. We made the point that we didn't have a crowbar. We hoped for a crowbar. There's no fucking crowbar. And I will admit, I have now said crowbar an awful lot, considering we don't have one. Do we all have swirlies in the UK? We're going down an odd... No, we don't have a knife. We have matches. We did find some gin, but I think the humans had that now. Yeah, Carrie, I've got to be firm with them. I've got to be firm. Like I said, can you imagine if this was real life? If we were all in the same room, I'd be telling them to sit on the carpet with their hands on their head. What was it? Arms crossed and a finger on your lips or something. Bill, don't make Bill, don't make me mute you. Mike's just brought a bacon baguette. Oh, Miss Susie the extravagant. Good boy, Mike. Good boy, Mike. Good boy. What's the official measurement of lattice sizes? Well, I will now employ the curly-whirly method. Are tights lattice? Well, I would say fishnets are, but I would say it does indeed depend on the denier. Anyway, guys, there's a mop. Let's use the mop. Let's use the mop to hook it down. Why are we talking about crowbars, Bill? We'll use the mop. You retrieve the mop from the storeroom and awkwardly poke it through the loop in the string. I tell you what, I'm going to do more than just poke it through the string. Honestly. You pull the string down, the hatch swings open and a ladder gently extends to the floor. You climb the... Oh, see, look! I'm having trouble with my worms now. You've got me so worked up. And not in a good way. Not in a milk me daddy way. You climb the ladder and peer into the gloomy, dusty tunnel. You suppose you don't have anything else to investigate, so you haul yourself up. Crawling along the tunnel is pretty noisy. You suppose it's some sort of ventilation system, but it ends abruptly with a shaft going down. You peer into the hole, but it's too dark. You have no idea how far you'll fall or whether you'll survive it. But then you realise we're probably only about halfway through this, so you're not going to be killed off for another good 20 minutes yet. Only halfway through? So you swing your legs into the shaft and pull... No, you don't pull yourself off, you push yourself off. Well, actually, I don't know. Maybe some of you do. You push yourself off, dropping into the darkness. You land with a bump on a pile of very conveniently placed bedding. But you can't help but feel the landing could have been softer. You look around at your new surroundings. Bump, bump, bump. You appear to be in the hotel's basement. But there are a few unexpected items. There's a large, elegant grandfather clock in the corner. There's a huge old tapestry that hangs from a wall. And there's a wooden packing crate filled with ceramic ornaments. But the thing that really grabs your attention is a large taxidermy bear in the middle of the room. Roar! You wonder why a hotel would have all these antiques in the basement. Is it a cover for something illegal? Or is the hotel having some sort of makeover? You're not sure, but either way, you still have to get out of here. Except you can't see in a door in this room. You wonder how people get in and out. Now, you can either shout at me or we can do a vote. If you'd like to do a poll, it's clock, crate, bear or tapestry. Bill, can you see a bear behind? Gringle, gringle, I've just turned a page again. The clock is not a time machine. So, you can shout clock, tapestry, bear, crate. I've forgotten. You want to look at bear? Mutu, you can pile things up and climb on them if you want, but you can't get anywhere. I'm going to let the human take a sip, and then do you know what? I'm going to sing the bear song. Yeah, Bill, I got it. Thank you for the sip music, Bastleton. Right, let's do the bear song. And I want I want everybody to join in for the bear song. Come on, you know it good enough now. You should do. I want everybody mentioning the mild salmon and the picnic baskets and the woes. Come on now. Oh, human! Push the right. There we go. Here we go. How is the human squish? Sadly unalcoholic, Bill. Sadly unalcoholic. Basildon, you're off. Farewell, Baz. Nice to see you. And we've all learned a great deal about lattice now. Right, get ready. All together now. Ba-da-da-da. Jenny used to work in the woods, raiding beehives, hunting with passion for the wild salmon. She used to steal picnic baskets until she got caught. The hunters showed no pity or compassion, but Jennifer made sure she never forgot. Stuck in this fraternity or not, she was taxidermied and frozen to the spot. But she can still do a lot. Whoa, giving guidance and care. Whoa, as a taxidermy bear, find a knife and I'll help you, I swear. Whoa, as a think we should do, human, and I am aware that this is probably a really bad idea. I started the sentence so convinced that this would be something awesome, and I haven't even spat out my suggestion yet, and I'm already backpedaling. I think... Oh, guys, we have got the Girthy Noodles song. Maybe we'll do that in a minute. I think, human, that shouldn't we invite people to sing it? If we put that backing track on Discord, I think we need to do a sing-along. Don't you? Anyway, we'll figure out the logistics. Gringle, Gringle. Oh, where's Gringle? Gringle. Oh, Gringle, Gringle. Ah, there's Bear. There's Bear. You don't struggle with stuffing if you consent. You decide to have a closer look at dear Bear. It looks a little worn, you know how he feels. You run your hands through its fur and a clump comes away in your hand. This bear really has seen better days. It's literally falling apart at the seams. You're sure you can see sawdust falling out of several holes? It would probably rip apart in your bare hands. Anachronista, you and the meows, honestly. Have I ever been stuffed? Frequently. Bletchen is very, very obliging. You decide to tear Bear apart as usual, but somehow it isn't as satisfying as usual. Oh, isn't that a shame? Perhaps it's because Bear is so easy to rip up. Perhaps it's because you've annihilated too many bears over the past few months. But before you realise it, piles of sand, sawdust and flare lay at your feet, and amongst the debris something catches your eyes. It's a small wooden box. As you pick it up, you hear something inside it rattle. You throw the box on the floor, expecting it to break to reveal what's inside. But it doesn't. So you try again, and again, and again, but it doesn't break. Looks like you'll have to find another way to get into the box. It's covered in lots of coloured sliding tiles. You're sure that if you slide the right ones in the right order, the box will open. But you could slide them for weeks without finding the right combination. There has to be some sort of clue somewhere. So that leaves clock, tapestry or crate are your options. Hello, Real Silverness. Mr. Werewolf, you and Chloe would like to check out the tapestry. Okay. Tapestry. Okay, Gringle, Gringle. Oh, human. Gringle, Gringle. Human, we used to do this differently. I've just realised now. Human used to sit at the desk and I'd be perched on the arm of the chair, wouldn't I? That's how it was so much easier to do this. Anyway, I notice we're down to 15 viewers. Like, this has really thinned people out a bit, hasn't it? Only the diehards remain. You decide to take a closer look at the tapestry. It's big and takes up most of the wall. It's secured to the ceiling and hangs freely. You stand back to get an idea of what it's a picture of. It looks like the night sky, lots of stars, big and small, and lots of constellations too. Not that you know what any of them are, but it's very intricate for something so big. It must have taken hours to make. So come on then. Let's do more gringling. Where are we looking? Chop chop. Chloe says clock. You decide to take a closer look at the grandfather clock. You're not an expert, but it looks very impressive and stands a little taller than you. The clock face has intricate paintings of a night sky. There's a moon and some stars. You think it might be depicting a constellation, but you're not sure. Libra, the plough, you have no idea. But it has 4 big stars in a funny shape. The lower half of the clock has a door in the front. You presume it's where the pendulum is housed and you try to open it, but you can't. If it's locked, you have no idea how because you can't see a keyhole. You suppose there must be another way to open it. Miss Janet, your attention span has given out. I must admit, they were a lot more wordy, weren't they? I think there's definitely a reason why these got trimmed back a bit. Oh, Mr. Werewolf Dude, you match the time on the clock to the watches from earlier? You reach up and turn the hands of the clock until it says 10:20, the same time of poor dead Carl's broken watches. You hear a click and the door on the front of the clock springs open. You look inside. It does indeed house a pendulum, but also down at the bottom at the back you find an old book. You take it out for a closer look, but your heart sinks when you read the word diary on the front. Everybody always thinks diaries are full of juicy gossip or scandalous revelations, but in fact, the sort of people who would have diaries like that are too busy doing the stuff to write it down. This is likely to be far more depressing. You've no idea how useful it will be. Mutu, it's only been 20 minutes, I know, and it feels so much longer, doesn't it? Miss Janet, okay, Miss Janet, I get it, you're a busy lady. Gringle, gringle. We're going to look at, right, we're going to look in the diary. Do you know what? Let's finish this up. You flick through the diary and it's just as bad as you feared. It looks like it's from the 80s. It's full of unrequited love and unfulfilled ambitions. You're not sure how any of that's supposed to help you. You flick through the diary until you come to the date indicated. Oh, we haven't done that bit. Oh, fuck. Oh, human, there's so much more to do. We've lost 10 people and the ones that remain aren't talking to me. Shall we skip to the ending? Shall we? Let's skip to the ending. I feel like we're losing people, human. I can see why these got trimmed back, can't you? Right. Talk amongst yourselves. Mutu, the M won't make sense without the middle. Oh, I think we struggle to find anything of much sense. So basically, I'm pretty sure that there's a door behind the tapestry. You know? Yeah, Chloe, even you can see why they got trimmed, right? So... yeah, there's a trapdoor. You pull open the door and stare down into the dark hole. A long metal ladder leads down, so far down you can't see it end. Supposing you don't have many options, you swing your legs into the hole and begin climbing down the ladder, but after a while, you start to see a light. Far from climbing into a dark claustrophobic tunnel, a large, well-lit room opens up. Oh, fucking hell, human, even this is boring. Right, you can either follow the tunnel or climb down a ladder. What do you want to do? Bill Human hasn't lost the plot. She's just got a little bit bored. Two ladders, one tunnel. Two ladders, two tunnels. Anyone else? Yeah, Miss Janet, always a tunnel, real silvers. Pre-record them and play them at speed. Right, you decide to follow the tunnel. It seems the better option than climbing the ladder to find yourself trapped in another strange building. Very muddy. You reach the end and you hear voices. You edge closer. Oh, God, can anyone else hear human father sneezing in the background? We're about to build up to a little bit of dramatic tension here. And all we can hear is human father sneezing his head off. Oh dear. Human father is downstairs, not a euphemism. Yeah. Anyway, you hear voices. You carefully edge closer, trying not to make any noise and keeping to the shadows. There's a well-lit room in front of you, and you quietly peep through the open doorway. The room has 3 men in it, all dressed in black, all loading weapons. They seem to be talking about a plan. You have a very bad feeling about this. Suddenly, the door at the other end of the room flings open and a 4th man walks in. You quickly duck back out of sight. The door is your way out of here. But now there are 4 armed men stood between you and it, so what do? Oh, there we go, Gringle, Gringle. You've never met human father, and you still won't, Miss Janet. You still won't. He's too busy sneezing. Do you wait for them to leave? They clearly have something they're getting ready for. As long as you're quiet, you could hide in the shadows until they're gone. Or do you take a wild chance and run for the door? It would only take a few steps to dash across the room and be out the door, and you have the element of surprise on your side. Choose. Oh, human. We've lost another few people. Do you wait or do you run? Right, at this point, Mutu, I think you're the only one playing, so we'll do this ending and we'll wrap it up, okay? You decide to wait. Their preparations look pretty serious, and their conversation sounds urgent, so you expect they'll be leaving soon. You decide to find the darkest part of the tunnel to wait in and quietly shuffle a few steps away from the open door. But as you do, you stumble into a puddle. Puddle. Splashing loudly. The voices go silent. They heard you. You hold your breath. You hear footsteps approach the open door. Close your eyes and hear a single gunshot ring out and echo down the tunnel. You hear the man laughing. And then you open your eyes in surprise. You're still alive. You listen as the men joke about shooting a rat. Poor rat. But you hold your breath again as you hear more footsteps. You watch from the shadows as all 4 men leave the room and quickly walk down the tunnel, shining torches to light their way. Not one of them saw you. You can't believe it. You cautiously peer back into the room, half expecting there to still be someone there, but it's empty. So you quickly dash to the door and turn the handle, expecting it to be locked, but it opens smoothly. You warily peep out the doorway, expecting to find it guarded, but there's no one there. It's just an empty street. Late at night. You spend the whole walk home waiting for a catch, but there isn't one. You've survived. Anyone else questioning their life decisions? Oh, Bill, you have no idea. Anachronist, do you suggest the lube song? Yeah, look, guys, we've hemorrhaged our whole audience. I mean, I'm not too proud to suggest that maybe, Human read this before we did this, and it still sounded, quite good. But we have hemorrhaged most of our audience, so I'm not too proud to say that maybe revisiting old escape rooms isn't as good an idea as we thought. So let's sing the loop song. Yeah, Human, you can chuck it over there now. I know we're not supposed to survive. It's terrifying, isn't it? DC will actually be back next Sunday, Bill. You can join DC. For Guess the Tune next Sunday. It was boring. Chloe, do you know, it's I think it's 2022. It's not that old. I think that we just moved quicker. And I dare say it's possible that maybe the Human got a little bit better at writing them, don't get me wrong, we don't need to be completely horrible about it. You can be kind, guys, but but I think it's fair to say that we figured out. We've matured, Yvonne. We've matured. Oh, Yvonne, I'd say the exact opposite. I'd say we've regressed. Ah, Mr. Werewolf Dude, you're so kind. You're too kind. So yes, I think there probably is some mileage in the old escape rooms, but just not in the way not in the way we thought. Yeah. So let's sing the loop song instead. Lord help us indeed, Yvonne. Oh, Bill, hush. You enjoyed every second of it. Don't give me that old bollocks. Now we have a beaver among other creatures, but that's not the strangest part. We also have a snake who could just split you in two, and a bear that stole your heart. We have a cursed Zelo, a corpse with a high libido, and an octopus that flips you off. Occasionally there's ghosts, and don't forget to jiggle the Pope, but there's one last thing that tops the lot. It's the loop song. It gets a mention every week. It's the loop song. Behind all the chaos that you wreak, it's the loop song. 'Cause you should always be prepared. It's the loop song. Of chafing, you're never scared. It's the loop song. It's more useful than you realise. It's the loop song. Kept on hand should the need arise. It's the loop song. Make sure it's liberally applied. It's the loop song. It's the loop song. Mutu, I know you said you were enjoying it, but I dare say that that's because, you know, you wanted to send you to sleep. In that sense, I'm sure it was very good. Bill the human doesn't need to carry lube. She rarely leaves the house. Make of that what you will. I'm not saying she jealously guards the supplies, but it was nostalgic, Miss Susie. I mean, it was something. It was something. Anyway, well, we tried, guys, we tried. But I think from this point on, let the vintage escape room stay vintage, perhaps. Oh, human, I sound so drunk that I can't even say vintage. Real Sylvanist, if you sang that to a human, would you pull? Undoubtedly, Real Sylvanist, try it. Miss Janet, if this was a one-night stand, you're not calling me back? I haven't used my best moves yet, Miss Janet. I didn't know the stakes were so high. Ah, Bill, are you agoraphobic? I don't think humans are agoraphobic. She just really doesn't fucking like people, you know? It's a real hatred for the rest of humanity. Human, take a sip. Miss Janet, you even hide from your delivery drivers. But see, people can just get a bit too peoply sometimes, can't they? Things definitely got more saucy, didn't they, Miss Susie? And yes, it is 5 p.m. already. Real Sylvanus, you're not fussy. Oh, in that case, the loop song is definitely going to work. Oh dear, humans yawning. Right, what other song should we sing? What do we think? I really human, that escape room really did kill off the audience, didn't it? But if it wasn't for the voices, you'd have nobody to talk to. I know, right? I mean, hey, turn it into a quirky... Why not turn it into a quirky pastime, just like the humans done, Bill? Miss Susie, you can hear seagulls. We do live on the coast. As I think everybody knows, actually. But they're more like vultures. Hello, Froggies. Froggies, I think you are one of my voices. It's a comfort to know that you have voices too. Everybody needs a hobby. Miss Janet, we are not summoning human father. Okay, I promise you now that is not going to happen. If you thought Kure could banana us, ugh. Even Anachronista left. Everyone's left. You see, the escape room killed this life dead. And Paula vanished. Even Paula vanished. Anachronist, you are still here, okay? I think I'm going to sing the me. I'm going to sing me. So everyone can clap. Of course they left. You showed up, Froggies, I know. Only the most loyal remain. I know, Miss Susie, I know. Oh, and Kaluna, you're here but sleepy, of course. And hello, Georgia. Jules is still just about here, just about. I'll settle for that. I don't mean it to sound ungrateful for those of you that remained. I'm just a simple worm feared throughout the galaxy. But look into my eyes and see your own mortality. Most people look at me with terror and with fear, but to space chickens I am such a lovely dear. Hosting my escape room on a Sunday, full of death by snakes and fire. Yeehaw! Knew I'd be the kind of worm one day chickens would desire. All together now! Lover of the space chicken, there was a worm that really was gone. Fletchen's greatest love machine, global invasion using a spawn. Boo! So there we are. Well done, everybody. Well done, everybody, for singing along, doing all the rah-rahs. And the clapping. Excellent. Hello, Vaustad. Welcome. Oh God, I think Miss Susie's got the voices again. Asked to look after Snoopy at Comic-Con. That's a euphemism. Always look after Snoopy. You know what I mean? Give your Snoopy a little bit of TLC. You want the Apple user song because they're not here. Bill, you hope the human has other hobbies. I don't think I've ever been more offended by a comment in my life. Cop hold of that, as they say. Now that we ended the escape room, I know we clawed a few back, didn't we, Chloe? Yeah. You are the human's hobby. Anyway, Bill, you're feeling a little pacific today. Anyway, I love you all. So next week. Oh dear, human, don't yawn. The human's hobby is little Car. Oh no, the human doesn't like to get too close to a little Carlito. No. So next weekend you've got me on Saturday, and you've got good old DC with more Guess the Tune on Sunday. And we haven't decided on the theme yet for Guess the Tune, but Dead Carl did post a video asking for your suggestions. So think about it. Think about it. Huzzah indeed. You won DC earlier. What, Bill, do you mean you guessed right? Or do you mean that you own DC now? Because, I mean, DC is pretty fickle. He's anyone's for a affectionate glint in the eye. Anyway. Not human yawning. My God, humans, the escape room put us to sleep as well. Chloe, you'll be here for both next weekend. Excellent, excellent. So what should we do? Shall I read a little bit from Intergalactic Geographic, maybe? I know, human, it's bad, isn't it? Let's read it. Let's read a little something from this. I'm just flicking through to find. I know, YouTube recap, yawn. I'm just going to look through and find a little. Oh, let me tell you about one of Zulu's people's gods. How about that? Little bit of Intergalactic Geographic. This is about the deity of love and poetry, Steve Porro. Let my joy be unbearable. It is believed that Steve Porro, roughly translated as the loving breaker, fell in love with the planet and wrote devoted poems of such depth and intensity that it caused the whole planet to bloom with life. However, under the weight of the deity's love and joy, the planet fractured and crumbled into dust. Steve Porro never loves again, but instead distributes her powers as small gifts among mortals, or to fertilize the land, ensuring that no single being suffers the weight of her devotion again. While this tale is generally interpreted as highlighting the transformative nature of love, for better or worse, it also briefly gave rise to the cult of loving ruin, who believed ritual suicide with a partner was a sacred and divine act. It's still common practice to seek this deity's blessing, whether for a marriage, a bountiful harvest, or even a business deal, by writing a poem and then burning it without ever having recited it. Steve Porro was often represented by a flower, with the stem turned into a pen, ready to write on a blank sheet. Bill, you're putting off your chores for this. Bill, I'm entertaining you. The least you can do is be grateful. How to lose viewers. Oh, everyone's a critic, aren't they? Is this the goddess that Tipo follows? Tipo's name is actually derived from theirs. Yeah. There's a little bit of knowledge for you. A little bit of behind the scenes. Yeah. What song shall we do? I'm gonna do. I'm just looking through. Yeah, Bill. Are you not entertained? Do you know what I'm gonna sing? I'm gonna sing a song to my Nuggie. Since some of you just can't be pleased. It's like watching a plane crash. Close your bloody eyes then, Miss Janet. Jesus Christ. Fucking hell, none taken, guys. I'm going to sing a song to my Nuggie, because my Nuggie's nice to me. You'd say your song if you had one. Well, that's not the way to go about getting one, is it, Chloe? You all turn so easily. Yeah. laying on the basement floor, thinking of all the times before. I mounted your head, begging you to milk me, happy with Daddy, and Daddy knows just how to satisfy me. If you ever watched us, you'd agree. I wouldn't mind an audience, but we'd have to charge a fee and provide sick bags. Yeehaw, but it's a spectacle to see. Oh, Nuggy, when you came and you screamed out mint choc chip, it really made my day. Oh, Nuggy, when you milked me and tighten your grip, never go away. Oh, Nuggy. Bill, Nuggy isn't apple user. Nuggy is my spouse, the space chicken of meager brain. Right. So it feels a bit voyeuristic. Wow, Miss Janet, you've done a 180 from boredom to screaming mint choc chip. Result. Mr. Werewolf Dude, you can see the love I feel for Bletton in my eyes. Not just my eyes, oi oi. I promise you, human and apple user are not a thing. And I don't know which of us is more disgusted by that. Yeah, we didn't sing on the old escape rooms, and you all begged me for sing, and now we sing. Yawning through the escape room brings the vibe down a bit. It does, guys. The human is tired, guys. Bletton does lives less often than Kure and Steve. Who's Steve? Who's Steve? Kure and Steve. Anachronista, who's Steve? Oh, right. Steve Porro is actually T-Po's namesake in the folklore of their people. Do you know what? I was trying to think of all the fucking things we've named over the years. And I was like, I don't remember a Steve. You know, like I'm thinking the beaver's called Justine, the bear's called Jennifer, the snake's called Noodles. Who the fuck is Steve? I'm thinking there was a flamingo once. And a fly, but they called Steve. Clearly that settles it. We need a Steve. Okay. Oh, Miss Janet, you've just spelled humorous correctly. Well done. Frog is Steve the ghost goat. I don't know. I think it is. Steve is the name of Uzed's offspring, maybe. A dragon. Steve the sieve. I'm not. I'm 10 out of 10 for effort, Miss Susie, but I might have to decline that one. Is the human broken? The human is really broken. Steve. It's the way. It's just the way. Anachronista said Steve, and the human's like, oh fuck, my memory's on the blink again. Steve the magic dragon. I don't know, Steve doesn't sound like they're magic. Steve sounds like they're a little bit down on their luck with a heavy drinking problem. And a wife that left them for quite good reasons. The Anachronista's broken now. Excellent. Hello, UK Puppet. Hello. Do we need more utensils, Miss Susie? I mean, how much more shit can I line up on the back of the settee? Steve is your brother's name, Kaluna? Be honest, Kaluna. It was accurate though, right? You can be honest. Steve could be a shark. I think there would be limited opportunities for interaction with a shark, Mr. Werewolf Dude. Dive bar, simp, ghost, goat, Steve. Oh, Miss Janet, we've got a whole backstory. Bill's going, Steve was a step too far for Bill. Farewell, Bill. Hello, Marcus. I hope you're neck deep in earwax. Steve the croc, the shoe, not the animal. I don't think either of those is a good idea, Chloe. We managed to interact with an octopus. This is true. This is true. Steve the step. Steve the step too far. Anachronist, you just started modding for Steve. Trust me, it's true. Oh, Marcus, that's the best offer I've had in years. Come to Essex and I'll remove your earwax. I am there, my friend. Give me a couple of hours, okay? I'm going to let the humans sip. And then we'll think about what song we're going to end on, because this live just sort of nosedived and we pulled it back for a couple of minutes, and now it's just sort of going around the plug hole as we slowly descend, like Steve clutching a photograph of his ex-wife as he sits in a dive bar. Have a sip, human. Yeehaw! Froggies! Froggies, you've changed your name to Steve. Oh dear, oh dear. No, Marcus, it didn't nosedive because you arrived. The human managed to kill it off about half an hour ago. Right, human, take a sip. Oh, Froggies. Dear, oh dear. We can all blame Steve now. God, that's Steve. Keep it down in the wall, Steve. Marcus is fine. Zula has a thing for earwax. That's fine. Don't worry about it. This took quite the turn. It took quite the turn. So what song are we going to finish on? I mean, at the moment, it feels kind of like, what song should we just end this misery on? Oh, Steve. Curly Whirlies and Steve. We do. Do you know what? It does feel like we need a Steve song, doesn't it? Human is broken, but you have to say Stephen instead of Froggies. Okay, done. I can get on board with that. Let's find the Human is Broken song. We struggle with this one, don't we, Human? As if we don't struggle with them all. Okie doke. Ba-bum, 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 ba-bum. Try and sing the song in tune. Why is the human so prone to breaking? And why does she break every life? Will it take 10 minutes or maybe just 30? We all know she won't survive. So she will break, it's not if, but it's when. The only real question is who. Each life we find out the human is broken. By Stephen, by the mods, and by you. Yeehaw! Sorry, I was a bit late there, Steve. Or maybe you were a bit early, Steve. That's what I have heard about you. So, finishing with a bang indeed. You're always early, Froggies, I know. So I think on that note, let's try and draw this live to a close, shall we? I don't think it's going to be too hard, is it? I think we need a sticker for Steve next week, Mr. Werewolf Dude. I think you're right. Miss Janet, you might pay for a Steve song. Apparently, Miss Janet, you said before that when you ordered the clam song, you said you couldn't find the notes thing, but apparently on the mobile thing, it's just you just have to scroll quite a long way down, if that makes sense. Froggies, what about your Steve Jr.? What? Oh, Froggies, I can barely think about Steve. I don't want to spare any more brain space to Steve Jr. Ugh. Miss Susie, we pulled it back. Back from the brink, did we? Miss Janet, I'll know it's you, Steve song, no notes. Well, Miss Janet, you can always badger the human on Discord, can't you? So I am going to bring this all to a close. Don't forget, I don't even know what I've got to remind you. Intergalactic Geographic and all that. Pulled what back? Now, Miss Janet. Yes, special thanks to Steve. Honestly, Steve was this live saviour, wasn't he? Just like Jesus. So thank you everybody for joining me. I know I always say that, but I do mean it. I really do. You live to serve. Steve saves lives. Don't forget to think of poor down and out, divorced, sad, alcoholic Steve. It wasn't about the destination, it's the Steves we met along the way. I'll drink to that. So all of those people that we hemorrhaged with the slightly boring escape room, they missed this little nugget, didn't they? Didn't they? This is life for the real ride or dies, isn't it? Yeah. Anyway, maybe a Steve-based escape room. Steve, you'll drink to everything. Yeah, now the missus is gone. That's all you've got left, Steve. Anyway, everybody. What was it, Chloe? When this is put on YouTube tomorrow, just make sure you cycle to the last 30 minutes maximum. But it is time for me to sign off now. Here comes the finger of doom. I'm going to thank you all for joining me. Oh, here's the finger of doom. Yeah, next week everyone's going to wonder who Steve is. Yeah, let's not tell them. Say, oh, you should have been there, man. You should have been there. So thank you everybody for joining me. Don't forget you can continue the fun on Discord. Next weekend you'll have me on Saturday, hopefully not with a lesson on how to destroy the life. Hello, House of Tism. Who's Steve? Should have been here. Should have been here, House of Tism. Oh, the finger of Steve is more terrifying than Steve Jr. Hush, Steve. Next weekend you'll have me on Saturday and DC on Sunday. But seriously, thank you everybody. Thank you for all the likes and the gifts. You've been so generous with your time and your cold hard cash. Thank you everybody. Forrican for joining me. And until next time, Acquisite! Yeehaw!